guys, it's Bobby. I hope all things are doing well with you guys. I'm actually headed to Kaufman Gardens to shoot flowers today. So, I've got the ZFC. I've got a flash reflector mounted to a number 2 extension tube. I have the FTZ2 adapter to Nikon F mount extension tube and a vintage Nikon 50 millimeter f2 lens, and I'm going to shoot flowers at Kaufman Gardens today. Yesterday I own f3 and f4 and an f5 Nikon. I had a Nikon F. I've been collecting the F series bodies, but Nikon never made the F1. Canon did. So, as part of my F series, I pulled the trigger and bought a Canon F1. After I'm done at Kaufman Gardens, I gotta go buy some bits and bobs, lens cap, neck strap, all of the good stuff. I gotta find a battery for the meter. So off to Overland Photo Supply for that. But yeah, that's what's going on in my life, and I'm actually getting ready to leave now. Maybe I'll pull you in on a video while I'm down at Kaufman shooting. Bye.
Say it with me. Cap, 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 cap. They are so full of the cap, man. I can't.
Everything good in me, I got it from my mama. Oh, 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 I got it from my.
Hi guys. It's good to see you. How's everything going tonight? It's about 8:30 p.m. I stopped at Starbucks, drinking a passion fruit lemonade, just going for a nightly walk. Yeah, it's Kansas City, but I live in the Midtown Westport corridor. Most of the problems that occur in Westport are in the entertainment section, and guess what? They're usually done by people who don't live in Westport. I'm part of this, see if I can, the Southmoreland neighborhood district. There's my Starbucks. I'm walking down here on Main to see what kind of progress they've got done on the on the light rail. Excuse me. Yeah, this thing has to be done by 2025 because of the. This has to be done by 2025 because of the soccer. You know, the big soccer cup thing that is coming to the United States, and of course it's being held here in Kansas City, and so they're really in a rush working on this. And I'm not sure what's going on up the road, but I'm seeing sirens and lights and water and smoke. Not very far from the Kansas City Blood Center. Here I am, always talking about photography, and tonight just like I'm rambling on. So yeah. Yesterday I went down to Kaufman Gardens with the ZFC, which for all you guys know that's a retro style digital camera that's made to look like a 1970s style 35 millimeter with dials and knobs and stuff like a traditional 35 millimeter. Well, you ain't gonna make it up there. Watching people going up Main Street where that fire has occurred. Yeah, anyways, I used the ZFC. I used the extension tubes. I talked about this earlier in the video. And I used a vintage 50 millimeter lens, manual focus 50 millimeter Nikon F lens. Anyways, it kind of limited myself to being able to photograph the small flowers. There were a lot of tulips, and the problem was the tulips, that was too close focusing for the tulips. So I went back with a 70 to 200, this time shooting slide film, Kodak Ektachrome E100, not expired stuff like I'm known to shoot. I've been shooting a lot of expired Ektachrome slide film as of lately, and I didn't shoot that. I shot fresh stock E100. So, I mean, it's a modern formula. I'd like to compare the After Effects images with I would like to compare the After Effects of compare digital to the modern day E100. Yes, it's an Ektachrome, but it's a new formula that's only about a few years old. And I have a feeling that personally that it will come off very we're going to walk to the entertainment district. I'm walking across Main Street now. I'm waiting for traffic to die down. Yeah, it's a modern formula, and I think it's going to come off very digitally, or a very digitalized effect myself. We'll see. I don't know, but I don't see it matching up like the old. I don't see it matching up like the old Ektachrome formula. Because E100, even though it's Ektachrome, is a fairly new formula. You have to understand, when they got rid of Ektachrome, they had to come up with a whole new recipe to match that quality, that style that Ektachrome was known for. So, in my F3, I have some expired Ektachrome from either 85 or 86, and I'm having to push it a bunch of stops, and it's still going to have color shift. But I didn't want to use that today. I wanted my flowers to be rich in color. And so that's why I chose the E100. I figured it was a modern enough formula that if I showed them side by side with a digital image, they would look relatively comparably pretty close to the same. So I decided to set out on the steps. Yeah, the muscular dystrophy is really getting to me. Monday I start working at the General Motors Fairfax plant and working on Cadillacs and Buicks. Now I'm officially GM, and when it was working at Ford, I am UAW Local 249, or was with Ford, but that's going to be changed because when I sought out a new job, my union reached out to me. And so they originally wanted me to go to Indiana to build the Hummer truck. I'm regretting it now. Some old family problems have arisen, and I emotionally went off the deep end, and I need to learn to control myself, and I know that. But divorce hasn't been easy for me. Have you ever heard the term hell on earth? Well, that's how I feel. Come on, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest. I'm not hiding nothing. I'm going to tell the full facts. The last 5 years, the marriage was less than desirable. Truth is, if I knew what I knew 5 years, if I knew now what I knew should have done, I should have done this 5 years ago. I shouldn't have waited. But I did. I didn't. And needless to say, some of my emotions just let me out of loose. And I've only known 2 women in my entire life. The first one was Jennifer. I fucked that relationship up. But I'm going to say I didn't 100% fuck this second relationship up. It was a two-way street. Of course, in her eyes, she did nothing wrong. It's all me. But like I said, I should have did it 5 years ago. Well, anyways, getting back to the union thing, it just... what I was trying to say about that was UAW had contacted me and wanted me to go to Indiana, build a Hummer truck. But I was back in the good graces of my kids, and I didn't want to make that move. I didn't want to move cross country. But I'm having second regrets. I've been hired to work down here at Fairfax. But now, because of me going off the deep end again, the kids aren't talking to me. And I don't know. I just I'm having second regrets not going to Indiana. This is hell on earth for me. I've only known 2 women in my entire life, and the second one I married. And I was with that person for a very long time. And it's weird to say this. I know it. As much as we've grown apart, I just don't know how to turn off that I love you button. she's still the mother of my kids. Even if I say that there were faults on her side, she still was the mother of my kids, and I can't take that away from her no matter where we're at in our relationships now. I know. I'm seen as a bad guy. But I love my family. I've always been a good father. Well, until maybe a year ago, when from their perspective, it looked like I ran out on them. And I can see from their perspective how that's what it looks like. Initially, my perspective was if I just step away, that maybe that would force us to have a conversation and work things out. I mean, relationships do this all the time. They take a break and they go live with a friend for a few days. But what little communication I did have with her, or was hearing about from her, she wasn't budging. She wasn't willing to acknowledge any mistakes on her part that made me feel the way I felt. And that's why I learned this weekend, she still has no regrets for what she did to me. She still has no. So I kind of lost it. And it wasn't very hard, because this woman that I loved for 24 years, to see her with another man other than you. So I've been trying to do these dating apps. Been trying to, you get on these dating apps and you like, and you read their profile and you like them. If you don't like them, you hit the X button, swipe left. I did it on Facebook dating app, and then I did it on Tinder. I'm looking for people my age, people who are not connected in wanting a hookup. They just want a long-term relationship. So those are the kind of people I'm looking for. And on Tinder, you'd be surprised. There are a lot of people that meet that field in my view. But I probably swipe 10 to 15 likes a day since April 1st. So I've swiped a lot of people, but nobody likes me back. I'm not beautiful. I'm not attractive. I guess without knowing me, they don't see any good qualities in me as a person. I mean, visually. And so I've literally felt like I've experienced hell on earth. I do. I don't know how any other way to say it. All I want to do is be loved again. And I am fixing myself. People say I'm not. I am. Right now, I just want companionship, friend, female friend, someone to talk to. And then I've even thought about maybe just not a relationship, but just having a female friend, even if she was younger. Just somebody obviously old enough to have an adult conversation, but just a friend. I miss that part. Just having a female friend in my life. I could do that for a while I'm working on myself. And I don't think that's asking a lot. But yeah. anyways, we're moving forward. We have the F3 is loaded up right now. We've got some expired 400 from 85 or 86 in it. Really don't know what I'm shooting it on. I'm looking for an 85, I believe an 85A orange filter. There are color shifts in some of this tungsten extra chrome that I have. So it's a 160 tungsten Ektachrome slide film. I ain't using it yet, but I got a bunch of it that was given to me. And so I take film donations. I don't care how old they are. If you understand how to adjust your ISO for the age of the film, you can create a lightened image. Yep. Guess where that's heading? I told you Kansas City here in Midtown's pretty cool. Yep, it's heading to the Midtown Westport Entertainment District. And it's y'all from Independence, and it's y'all from Blue Springs, and it's y'all from Gladstone, and it's y'all from Buckner. All of y'all that come into Westport to drink and get drunk that cause all the problems. The funny thing is the crime rate in Midtown is lower than where I came from in Independence. All the problems that we have here in Westport are all consolidated to all these what I call out-of-towners coming in here to get drunk and causing trouble in the bars. 90% of it is, according to the KCPD. And living in Independence with a corrupt city government for years and years and years. And being involved in watching the politics and what was going on with Mayor Eileen Weir at the time and corrupt city council members and all of that. I believe the statistics from KCPD more than I do Independence. I live up here behind Nelson Atkins Museum of Art. Up here, I'm probably in one of the most heavily fortified, secured areas of the city. You got UMKC College across Cleaver Boulevard. You have Nelson Atkins. You have the Kansas City Art Institute. And all of those, and I worked for them, I know, so they have a 3-block radius around the school by federal law of jurisdiction. And so I used to have to patrol part of the neighborhood around the school. But there's security everywhere you go in Midtown and Westport. And if they don't get you for causing trouble outside of the area, what will get you is the Midtown Improvement District. Improvement District has a security detail that drives little Nissan Frontiers with police lights on them. So, yeah, we have a lot of security around here. And like I said, I feel safer here than anywhere else. I'm just behind the Kansas City Community Blood Center, just sitting down on some steps, finishing off my passion fruit lemonade from Starbucks. I have a thing. I don't drink corporate coffee. Just don't. But you went to Starbucks. Yeah, I'm drinking lemonade. I will not drink their coffee. And I'm only here after hours. most of the mom and pop coffee shops after. If you went to Broadway Cafe, you could probably catch them till about 7:30. So I'm having a lemonade. I don't drink their coffee. I refuse to drink their coffee. And to be honest with you, after you've drank an independent coffee shop's coffee in comparison to Starbucks, it's a no-brainer. It's disgusting. Starbucks is disgusting in comparison to what. Okay, so my 3 shops are going to be, well, start over here since I'm over here. Broadway Cafe, 39th and Broadway. Troost, over at Troost, it's going to be Oddly Correct. Local artist owns that coffee shop. They brew their own beans in-house. But then roast their own beans is what I should say. So does Broadway Cafe. They roast their own beans too. I buy some of their coffee. I really love Broadway Cafe's coffee. And Oddly Correct has many different blends. I do love their. I think it's. They don't call it a breakfast blend, but it's equivalent to their breakfast Starbucks breakfast blend. To me, it's a little richer in flavor. And then one block up is going to be Anchor Island. I go there a lot, but lately I've been going there so much that I'm kind of burning myself out of it. So I might take a break for a couple of weeks from them. So yeah, the next camera up for shooting is the F3 400 ISO Ektachrome, and that's it. Guys, you just heard me rambling on. I've had a good week of shooting. I'm gonna get up in the morning. I'm gonna post. Either I'm gonna do it late tonight, or I'm gonna get up early in the morning and retouch those digital files from the ZFC. And I'll get those posted. The slide film, I have E6 chemistry, but I can't find any 1-quart opaque containers for my chemistry. So the film's just sitting there on the table that I shot today. I ordered some. I don't know how quick they're going to get here. I got some ordered from Orland Photo Supply, and I also got some ordered from B&H Photo. They might take, they're going to take a hot minute. OPS didn't have them in stock, so they had to order them. Of course, B&H is in New York, and we're dealing with Passover and a bunch of Jewish holidays, and so I think I heard that they weren't going to ship till the 16th. Oh well. I'll see y'all later. Have a good one. Bye.